So, what I thought we'd do this week is we're each going to make our defense for each of the teams. So, we'll start off with the Patriots here. My question for you fellas is, or how can New England win this Super Bowl? I think both teams are legit, have good defense, good offense. But what are your keys to the game? We'll make our picks here at the end of the show, but let's all just we'll take a turn defending the Patriots, and then we'll give the Seahawks a go. So Booker, why don't you get us started on why the New England Patriots can win the Super Bowl yet again?
Well, I loved one of our walk-ons there, and I'm spacing his handle, but he did say they've beat 3 of the top 5 defenses here in the playoffs to get to where they're sitting. And so I think it's more a product of their defense than a product of their offense. Drake Maye has been, it's his second year, so let's give the man a chance here. But the fact that he's in the Super Bowl is pretty wild. I think that he's going to have to play out of his mind. And I know I'm having a hard time staying on this is why the Pats are going to win. I don't think that that's going to happen. But for the sake of this segment here, the Pats are going to have to play so well defensively. And I think they can do that. Christian Gonzalez is going to have to put JSN on an island. And that defensive line is going to have to get to Sam Darnold and cause some chaos and make him make some mistakes, which he is prone to doing. He's a turnover merchant, or at least in some games, he has shown to be that. So the Patriots win this game if that defense plays with their hair on fire and Drake Maye doesn't turn the ball over and is able to use his legs a little bit.
Tyler, what are your thoughts on this game?
Listen, maybe it's the Avengers Doomsday trailers coming out, and I am the resident nerd here. Vrabel might be Thanos, honestly. He's just inevitable. He couldn't get it done in Tennessee. And where did that lead the NFL? To Vrabel on the Patriots, right back in the Super Bowl. So he just might be inevitable. He might just be able to just be this coaching genius and got into a place where you got Drake maybe can do enough to get it done. Shout out to Cousin Sal on the Bill Simmons podcast for that nickname of Drake maybe. He might be able to just do enough that Vrabel's defensive genius is able to get it done. So there does seem a lot of weapons on that side of the ball. They have a great 1-2 punch in the run game, and then he seems to find the open receivers when he needs to. So that's my case for it. Vrabel's just too much. He was inevitable. He was going to get another ring as a coach, and it was just the Titans that was holding him back.
Definitely the Titans. Alo, what's your case for Patriots?
I just wanted to say I love the Thanos reference. I can't wait to see those two, the brand new day trailer as well. But I was gonna say for me, I think we all know that Sam Darnold played a great game a week ago, but he has turned the ball over before. He's not in big games. He's folded too, so it's not. And the Patriots defense has played just as good as the Seattle Seahawks defense, so I can see them pulling it off too. But my main thing on who needs to play the best is Drake Maye. It's between him and Matthew Stafford to win MVP, and he has to play at an MVP level. Because the problem is, if Seattle Darnold struggles and throws 4 interceptions, we've seen them still almost beat the Rams. So I think if he does throw picks and he does struggle, the Patriots need to take advantage of it, and Drake Maye needs to take advantage of it. And they could possibly win a Super Bowl. We all know that the best team doesn't always win the Super Bowl. We've watched Super Bowls. We know that. And the Patriots could have the best game that they had, but it's going to take Drake Maye to win that game for sure.
A lot of common themes here. We've got a lot of Drake Maye. I'm going to lean where Tyler was there with Mike Vrabel. I think he's just a better coach in this matchup, and especially in the game of football, coaching matters more than NBA or a baseball where you can have a dominant pitcher and win a World Series, or you can have a dominant Shohei and just win everything. But I think Vrabel is the better coach. Not only was he in these type of games as a player, but I think he's going to win this chess match between. And again, I think a lot of the narrative, Sam Darnold has gotten over that hump, but I don't know, that history is still there. A younger coach in Macdonald. I think Vrabel is the X factor, and he's going to be able to have this game figured out. I know the Seahawks are heavy favorites, but that's even more rocket fuel for Mike Vrabel to fuel up the boys. So I joked with you fellas, and then if they're down early, I could even see him ripping off the shirt, throwing on some shoulder pads, and going out there for a couple tight end routes at this stage in his career. But any other thoughts on the Patriots before we jump over to the Seahawks?
One last thought. It was, let's see here, and I've got the last time the Patriots won or entered the Super Bowl as underdogs was Tom Brady's first full season in New England in 2002. They won outright 20-17, but that was the last time they had a Super Bowl where they closed as the underdog.
Things I didn't want to hear, being the also Patriots hate watch of the Super Bowl here as a Colts fan.
And even Drake Maye, his legs, just when I think about these two quarterbacks in that in that AFC Championship game, he sealed the game with his legs. He's just, you see a Patriots quarterback running and you're like, that ain't Tom Brady anymore. So it just, I think that is going to be a big difference. Both of these defenses are good. Milo mentioned, I think Drake Maye has the ability to extend plays, get first downs with his legs. Sam Darnold, he's a sneaky athlete, but he's going to rumble for some first downs, but not quite the speed that Drake Maye has. So I'm excited. I think this is going to be a great Super Bowl. 14-3 teams. I'm excited for it. So other than the Eagles not being in it, obviously. All right, let's transition here. So let's talk about the Seahawks. Same questions. Let's get Alo back in here. So before we make our picks, we'll do the same thing. Let's give a couple reasons on why we think the Seahawks can win. I was just mentioning both teams are good. I think it's not going to surprise anybody if either team wins, but let's make our case here for the Seahawks. Tyler, why don't you kick us off on this one?
Listen, if Vrabel is Thanos, then JSN may just be Tony Stark in another body. That man seems unstoppable as well and just finds a way to win regardless. It seems like teams will hold him in check for a little bit, or maybe he pops off and then they'll hold him in check. But at the end of the game, when it's clutch time, Sam Darnold has been able to lean on him to get the job done. So if he's able to continue to pop off, if he figures out Vrabel in that defense and finds the open spots, finds ways to get open and gives Darnold his chance at the redemption arc, it would be pretty sweet to see that as well. Just Darnold has a chance to get back at the Patriots, who made him see ghosts, was part of the reason that his demise so quick there in New York. So I think it'd be a great redemption arc for him. And then you have that defense that is sneaky good for the Seahawks. They know how to crank up the heat in the right time as well. It's just the Seahawks seems like a team that refuses to die, even though everybody's been looking for the excuse of why they won't get past the next game. And yet here they are in the Super Bowl. So they very much could find another way to win the big one.
Absolutely. Alo, what's your thoughts on the Seahawks?
Hey, Ty, if JSN is, what'd you say, Tony Stark, then my boy Sam Darnold's Dr. Doom. Because that man is going to light it up this game. I'm just telling you right now, I think Sam Darnold wins MVP. It's between him or JSN. But I just think it's so much easier. I literally said it before. He threw 4 picks and lost the game 19-17. We saw the Patriots beat on the Chargers. No offensive line. We see them beat on the Texans. I don't even think CJ should have finished that game. If Mills comes in, they might go to the AFC Championship. Then they beat the Broncos without Bo Nix. Let's be honest. If Bo Nix plays, they're going to the Super Bowl. So for me, I just think Sam Darnold, he literally just does not have to turn the ball over, and I think they win the Super Bowl. And unfortunately, he has the best wide receiver in the league now and a great defense. So I just think what makes it hard for the Patriots, and Drake Maye has to play Patrick Mahomes out of his mind, have his best game. Sam Darnold doesn't. He could throw for 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions, and they probably win. Because he has Walker too. I think he's going to take off too. So I just think I know why everybody's picking the Seahawks. Like you said, I get the wheels on Drake Maye, but it's just, for me, it's just Sam Darnold has to do so little to win, I think, to be honest.
I think the Seahawks, they are just such a well-balanced team, top to bottom. So many games this year. It's been this: the special teams wins a game, the defense wins a game. You've got the top receiver in the NFL this year with stats. So they can beat you a lot of different ways. I think this comes down to the Seahawks defense has to win the turnover battle. They've got to force Drake Maye to cough it up. If Patriots can get a lead and lean on the run game and aren't turning the ball over, it could be a long day for the Seahawks. I think that the Seahawks defense does what they've been doing all year, forcing some turnovers, winning the special teams battle. I think they are a better overall team. Does that mean I'm picking them? We will see. So, Booker, what are your thoughts on the Seahawks here?
Just leaving us in suspense. Oh my gosh. I'm actually not a Seahawks fan. live in the state, not a Seahawks fan. Mike Macdonald has been such an impressive coach this year and what he's been able to do. I believe the Seahawks were 4-13 last year. Crazy turnaround, made some great moves as an organization, and here they are in the Super Bowl. I agree with what you said, Kevin. I think that they are such a well-rounded team. We did have a comment in here about Christian Gonzalez and how he's going to lock up JSN. It wouldn't surprise me at all if he locks up JSN. The issue is that they have other ways to hurt you, and then they have the defensive side of the ball. So between Kenneth Walker, Cooper Kupp is still out there, and he's not at the end of his career either. Maybe if they win the Super Bowl, he's done, but he's not done yet. And I think he's going to play a big part in this. I think another aspect to keep in mind is that the Seattle Seahawks have tight ends that are good blockers. They're not just good pass catchers. They're actually just really good blockers. And so protecting Sam Darnold is going to be the key, making it so that no mistakes are made because he's under pressure all of the time. Then you got Kenneth Walker doing his thing with a well-balanced running attack. The Seattle defense, though, as long as they don't make any dumb mistakes like Reek Woolen taunting the other team, I think that the game last week against the LA Rams is actually a different score altogether without that undisciplined penalty by Reek Woolen, which turns into a Puka Nacua touchdown for the Rams. And so let's see, on the defensive side of the ball, DeMarcus Lawrence, Leonard Williams, they've been playing lights out. Nick Emanwuri only is it's his first, I believe it's his first year here, and he's just tearing it up. Devon Witherspoon, one of the best cornerbacks in the league. So they're just so balanced. They can hurt you in so many different ways. If the Seattle Seahawks win, it's because of their balanced attack on both sides of the ball.
Absolutely. Any other thoughts on this game?
I just like how it's two teams that we probably didn't expect to be there in the beginning of the year, to be honest. I do like that.
Just to speak to that, they were both entering the season. They were both 60-1 to win the Super Bowl, and the Patriots were as long as 120-1 after week 3. And so I think you're absolutely right. No one was expecting both of these teams to meet in the Super Bowl.
I wanted to say, Tyler, I was wrong. Dr. Doom isn't Sam Darnold. It's Mike Macdonald because he got Sam Darnold to the Super Bowl. That's crazy work. I never thought in my lifetime of seeing Sam Darnold, he would make a Super Bowl and be the starting quarterback because he made on the 49ers as the backup quarterback. So
it's a heck of a redemption arc if he pulls it off. And he got a GM fired on the way. Vikings kicked him out the door because Sam Darnold made it to the Super Bowl, and it could have been them. So
absolutely.
Never underestimate Sam Darnold's reach, boys. Just don't do it.
One final thought before we make our picks. The Patriots were middle of the road in the regular season in sacks. In the postseason, they're leading all teams with 12 sacks.
Wow.
Over 2 or 3 games. So I think it is going to come down to which D-line can make the other quarterback uncomfortable. We've seen that in so many Super Bowls, even the old days of Tom Brady, when those Giants, Michael Strahan type teams could make him uncomfortable. It will control the game. Both of these quarterbacks, if they've got all day to sit back there and fling the ball, they're going to be able to make some magic. But I think it's going to come down to the trenches like it typically does. So, all right, let's go ahead and make our picks. We will make our picks. These will be semi-official, but then also we've got a week to stew on it, and we've got another show next week we reserve the right to change our mind. I don't know, Booker, if you're going to be here or not, but we'll still let you change your pick even if you're not on the show next week. So we're making our picks. We're confident, but we do reserve the right to change our mind with a week out until the Super Bowl. So Booker, why don't you take it away? Who you like in this game? Let's just pick it straight up. We've got the spread 4.5 for the Seahawks, but I think that number is probably come down the closer to the game we get. But let's just go money line here. Who wins the Super Bowl this year? Go ahead, Book.
I think I'm picking the Seahawks to win the Super Bowl this year. I just think that go back to the balance. The balance wins. If you're one-dimensional, you're going to have a hard time winning a Super Bowl. And I'm not saying the Patriots are one-dimensional, but I think the balance that the Seahawks have on all levels is going to eventually win out. So give me the Seahawks.
Tyler?
So I mentioned it earlier that the Seahawks defense was the sneaky good one because I think everybody's going to be talking about Vrabel and the Patriots defense. Exactly what you said, Kevin. They got hot at the right time, sacking. But I think some of that is inflated from a Broncos game that was pretty messy and had a quarterback in it and all that. So give me the Seahawks here. I think Sam Darnold does pull off the full redemption. I think it's by more than 4.5. I think they're going to cover. I think they handle it pretty well. I think that Seahawks defense is going to be all over Drake Maye, and he does get loose a little bit with the legs. but not near enough offense to keep up with the Seahawks on the other side of the ball.
Halo?
Hear me out on this one.
Oh, here we go.
My two favorite quarterbacks of all time. One of my two favorite. Eli Manning and Nick Foles. Want to know why? Because they both beat the Patriots. My next quarterback on that list is going to be Sam Darnold.
There we
As
go.
a Dolphins fan, I will never take the Patriots in the Super Bowl. Sam Darnold, JSN to take off. I don't care what Gonzalez says. He could be on an island. He hasn't gone up against nobody like JSN. He's going to route him up. Sam Darnold's going to host the Super Bowl trophy and MVP. Let's go Seahawks.
Y'all are drinking
There
that
it is.
Indiana Kool-Aid, man. Wanting the
It's
redemption.
great. They're
Let
winners.
me play the emperor here,
story.
Kevin. Come over to the dark side. Let the hate consume you.
I hate the Patriots, and so I'm not picking the Patriots because I like them, but they are inevitable. I think Mike Vrabel is going to win the Patriots this game. I don't see the Seahawks covering or winning this one. I think the running attack for the Patriots, the defense, I don't even think they're going to go. I saw something today. The Seahawks are like, I can't remember what the stat is, so I'm going to butcher it if I try, but pretty much they dice you up if you play man-to-man. If you play zone, it's like a whole other story. And so I think the Patriots are going to come out and zone all the amoebas, all the pressures, and Sam Darnold's going to be seeing ghosts out there. He's back on the Jets. So I don't like it, but Mike Vrabel, we've got, who's their offensive coordinator? Back in 2007 again. Not McDaniels, right?
I believe it's Josh
Josh
McDaniels.
McDaniels. I didn't say I like it, and I'm not. Again, I'm here. I'm not just trying to tick off my high school students that are all Seahawks fans. I just think the Patriots are going to get this one done, and so I'm taking the Patriots. I reserve the right to change my mind, but I don't think I will. I feel pretty good about this one, and it's worked when I've swam upstream on these picks this year. It's usually worked out for me, but we'll see.
I've got two questions for you guys here. The first one's rhetorical, and the other one's a real one. So the rhetorical question here is, who in their right mind would have said Indiana wins the national title in 2025 and Sam Darnold wins the Super Bowl? I don't know who, but that is pretty wild. And then what's the over-under on? Because I know that teams have these trick plays. They don't always run them. I think you empty the playbook out on the Super Bowl. You can't take plays into the new season. Empty it out. What's the over-under on Jalen Milroe getting a scramble into the end zone?
I bet it's awesome odds for his plus minus one TD. I would guess it's very good odds.
Has he scored at all this year or not at all? You're speculating.
I'm speculating 100%. He's got wheels. The man's got wheels. And they're missing they've got Zach Charbonnet is out. Throw that guy in there and mix it up a little bit.
No, is it Halani? George Halani? Is that his name? He did well. He did well in the last game. That one drop was more on Darnold than on him. But I think he did well, and it's feed Kenny Walker is the move. But again, the trenches, I think the Patriots have a good chance. Big Milt Williams in the middle of the line there, defending Super Bowl champion for the Eagles. And I think he's going to stuff that run, and it's going to be a tough day. But we'll see.
Listen, Sam Darnold's not the only one with a little history here of choking in big moments. Stephon Diggs thus far has made it through the playoffs without that one boneheaded play.
Can't wait for it.
Can he get through one more game without making that one boneheaded play?
It's gonna be the Super Bowl.
I might very well be.
They don't even feature. He's had some big games, but it's going to be the Hunter Henry show. They're going to be running the ball. They can spread it around and not necessarily need him to. This is in 2015, Stephon Diggs, but I don't know. He might have a boneheaded one in there for sure.
I think Cardi B has even caught a pass this year from Drake